Hi. Hey, everybody. So it's Giada, and this is my podcast about ADHD and other things. This is episode 4. So before I dive into today's show, I just want to share that I am now officially an ADHD life coach. I received my coaching certification from the ADD Coaching Academy, and this was a year-long process for me, with the last 9 months being like some of the most intense in my life. Tested. That's what I feel like. I feel like I've been tested. Yet here I am, continuing to move forever forward, forever toward my goals and inspirations. I hope that's where I find you today as well. So today I want to talk about inspiration. I want to talk about Abraham Hicks, meditation, ADHD awareness, and the book The Heart and the Brain by Nick Seluk from his Awkward Yeti series. Inspiration can come from everywhere if you allow it. I believe that in life, you get what you need. You may have a wish in your heart for something. You may ask, the powers that be, those who have come before you, to help you in achieving it. And I believe that the universe will always find a way to give it to you. All you have to do is open yourself up to the receiving. So if you're a fan of Hicks, this may all sound kind of familiar. And by the way, her real name is Esther Hicks. And according to her Wikipedia page, she's an American inspirational speaker, channeler, and author. She has co-written 9 books with her late husband, Jerry Hicks, and presented numerous workshops on the law of attraction as Abraham Hicks. And she has a pretty huge, big following. And people who follow her, they call themselves Abers. And if you're interested, you can watch her animated videos on YouTube by searching for Abraham Hicks, which are kind of funny to watch them. So basically, she channels a spirit by the name of Abraham, and she imparts their wisdom to her audience. And I was listening to one of her episodes the other day, and I think it was titled A Path Will Open. And she said something that stuck in my mind because it triggered my ADHD awareness bells. She said, in order to be interested in life, you need to focus. Focus being one of the things that we in the ADHD community are told that we struggle with. And more specifically, we have difficulty with applying enough sustained focus and energy over an extended period of time to see things through to completion. And even when we do see something through to completion, we may continue to struggle with sustaining it. And this may be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on where you sit. Sometimes it's just best to know when to move on. Russell Barkley, who is widely recognized as the leading authority on the condition, describes it more accurately as a disorder of impulsivity and self-control, not of attention. In other words, people with ADHD have no deficit of attention or input. So how do we get to focus? To stop ourselves from running down every thought. And I'm genuinely curious to know how other people, ADD or not, channel their thoughts and energy to be more aligned with their purpose. At the ADD Coaching Academy, we talk a lot about the power of the pause. And I like to think of it as that space between the inhale and the exhale. Learning how to hold the pause long enough to connect with that which is most important to your purpose. And for me, what helped me the most was learning how to connect with my breath and meditation. In fact, meditation was one of the things that my own doctor recommended to me. So this is from an article published in WebMD. This is how they describe it. Meditation is thought to help with ADHD because it thickens your prefrontal cortex, a part of your brain that's involved in focus, planning, and impulse control. It also raises your brain's level of dopamine, which is in short supply in ADHD brains. And other things I do to help with focus is getting out into nature. I share my joy with other people, whether it's through participating in like community service or picking up groceries at the supermarket. And I try to follow my heart song whenever possible. But it was meditating that taught me how to slow it down, to take my time, to allow for me, to allow others in. And I don't try to do it all. I ask for help and I let others help me. Like a lot of moms out there, I'm like managing more than my fair share. I know moms who are burned out from work, from raising their kids, from caring for their family members. And how do we do it? How do we do it all? And I can tell you that we don't do it all by ourselves anyway. As a woman, as a mother, it seems like the ability to focus on just one thing is like a luxury. And when I talk to other moms, I hear the same thing. So I know I'm not alone in this. We have a hard time taking time for ourselves. We feel guilty. And we have a hard time letting others in because we think we're supposed to do it all. Or at least we're supposed to, we're not supposed to let others see just how hard it is, just how hard of a time we're having. And let me tell you, no one is struggling more than ADD parents with children who have ADHD. We may just be in our own special class. Personally, I cope by taking advantage of the resources around me, which leads me to Nick Seluk's book, The Heart and the Brain. I love, love, love this book. It's a Lars comic series, and the characters are Lars, a brain, and a heart. Presumably the brain and the heart belong to Lars. And the characters fight. This is how it's described. The characters fight through the world's gloom and uncertainty and march toward a brighter, more hopeful future. I like revisiting this book from time to time when I need a little spark. The idea is that the brain is this command center and the heart is the seat of love, joy, and creativity. And the two don't agree on which is more important. But what I think is plain to see is that they have to work together. It's lighthearted, and sometimes we just need to take a break from all the words, all the acronyms, all the diagnoses and all the statistics about ADHD, and just break it down to basics. The brain wants to keep us safe. All the organs, they report to it. So, okay, it's important. But sometimes the brain can get confused, distinguishing between real danger, think speeding car coming toward you, and dealing with the overwhelm from a pile of laundry. The heart, on the other hand, keeps it simple. It sees the tiniest of butterflies and just follows it simply because it brings it joy. So whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed with my to-do list or ruminating thoughts about the future, I take the pause and I tap into that which is most essential. Sometimes we think we don't know what we want, and we struggle to find our purpose, to truly live the day, to live it joyfully, so you can attract that which you most desire, but in balance with the divine and the material. And when you practice quieting the mind as meditation allows, the more your brain is able to hear the heart. And that's where all the magic happens. So I hope that you all will go forward on this day, finding the beauty in the most simple of things and finding joy. And I'll see you next time, guys.